Yeah, I am the tax man. I am Attorney Steven Leahy, and this is the IRS Radio Hour on AM 560.
The Answer.
Here with Deborah and Jim, and we're going to do the show.
And now, here's that man with a head just cram full of knowledge, Mr. Know-It-All.
You didn't like
Mr.
that?
Know-It-All, the segment where Attorney Leahy cannot adlib, but needs it written right in front of him.
Well, I should have just pointed to Deborah. She's looking for my cue. And I didn't give it to her.
What's the question this week?
The question this week, Jim, that's a very good question right there. The question this week is, hey, you know, I'm having some financial problems, and really the only thing that I own is my house. Can I just transfer my home to my wife and then file bankruptcy? And I get that question all the time. Right? Can I just move this stuff around and, you know, and then file bankruptcy? And the answer is no, you can't do that. It's called fraud, okay? And people don't really realize this. You know, you start moving things around. And I always tell people it's bad enough to have financial problems. You don't want criminal problems too, and this is where it becomes a crime, right? You could. You know, you're trying to defraud people, and that's a problem. But let me and this is where I'm going to go off on this, because I'm going to tell people, if you own a business and you are and you own a home and you're married, okay, do something now. Don't wait till you have problems in the future. You can do things, asset protection today, that you could do things in, for instance, and this. There's a way to hold property, and maybe you should pay attention to this, Jim. And it's called tenancy by the entirety. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with this.
I am very familiar.
Okay, you're very familiar with it. Okay, tenancy by the entirety is a way for a husband and wife to hold property and protect it from a single spouse's creditors. So, for instance, I'm going to use the husband. The husband has a business. His wife works at another job, but the business has some debt. And so, for instance, he's got to guarantee a lease or something, and he guarantees it. And then the business goes under, and now they're coming after him for this lease, and they sue him. And it's a big number, and he can't pay it. If the home is in tenancy by the entirety, they can't go after the home to pay. It's protected, okay? But if you own the home jointly, or if you own the home by just him, well, they can go after the home and foreclose on the home and take the home away from you, sell it, take the money, and pay that judgment off, okay? So, again, if you're in business, you never know what's going to happen, right? Somebody could get hurt on your property. A million things can happen that can cause you some financial stress. Okay, and so if you have assets, your home is what I'm really talking about. If you have a home and you're married, you should hold that home as tenancy by the entirety. And if you don't know how you hold title to your home, go get the deed to your property and look at it, read it, know it. Okay, because I ask people all the time, how do you hold title to your property? Well, I don't know.
In the bank.
We closed, and I don't remember. I don't know. With
my hands.
Okay, so
that's how I hold it.
So my advice to you is this: go and get the deed, look at the deed, and read it. If you're married and you own a home with you and your wife, and you don't own it under tenancy by the entirety, do it. Quit claim the deed from yourself and your wife jointly to yourself and your wife as tenancy by the entirety, as husband and wife. It's that important, okay? Do it now. So people do it sometimes, like they decide to do it, they've been thinking about doing it, and then somebody starts suing them, and then they go ahead. Well, now there's a problem.
No, you can't do it, yeah.
Well, you still might be able to do it. There's a lower threshold for proving whether it was fraudulent or not, but it's still hard, okay? So don't wait. Go do it. It's something that I could do for you. It's not that expensive to do. I'm not trying to sell more. I'm not trying to sell anything. You can hire, go to your
attorney,
whoever worked for you with buying your home. Usually, if you bought a home with an attorney and you were married and you bought it together with your wife, he has already told you to do a tenancy by the entirety. So you probably already own the home tenancy by the entirety. But go check and ask and make sure. Don't leave it to chance. Know what that deed says. Okay, it's that important. If you have any equity in at home, you'll lose it. You don't want to lose your home. Okay, so that's my advice to you today. And this happens all the time. You can't, if you're having financial problems, it's too late to start moving your things around, right? Moving your chess pieces around and trying to protect it. Do it before you start having financial problems.
Always move your chess pieces.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be, though. But you got to be
proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah, and know the way you hold title to things.
That's right.
Don't leave it to chance. So again, go get the deed, look at it. Anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. And thank you so much for that information. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed that or just tuning in right now, remember, we do have a YouTube channel, so you can go on that channel. Every Friday we record live, and Sunday, today, we air. So you could go on that. You could go watch the live feed. You can go also watch different segments. This will be clipped out and have a segment. And you can get that answer if you're just tuning in right now, so you do not miss out.
Let me interrupt you here because I'm going to tell people to go to Facebook and like our page on Facebook because I'm going to I put the stuff on Facebook in the different segments.
That's right. And also go look up Law Office of Steven A. Leahy, PC on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, Open Tax Resolution is there for you. 312-664-6649 to visit ChicagoTaxTeam.com. It's going to be your help to fight the IRS. Now, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned because we're going to wrap this show up IRS Radio Hour style. And that's the only way we know how to, and that is to entertain here on AM 560. The Answer.
The Answer.